Waterwall School. Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts. We are ready for takeoff to the big question. What is the difference between the manual and the automatic mode? And I have the pleasure to explain it to you in a minute. Okay, let's start with the manual mode, which is a pretty simple thing. You have a water wall with a bottom tank down here, and there is a pump. You put water in it, you connect the pump to the socket. The pump is starting to pump the water up to the overflow channel. The water flows down again at the surface of your plate and reaches the bottom tank and the pump again, and this is the circulation. So this is the manual mode. Means that the water which is evaporating, you have to refill yourself using a bucket or a hose. Means you have to clean the water wall by yourself using, for example, a water exchange, or you could put a dirt filter here in front of the pump, and means that you have to add a water additive against algae and germs also manually by yourself. This is what I call the manual mode, where you have to do three things. One is refill water. The second is refill a water additive against algae and germs, and you have to change the water yourself pretty often in order to remove the dirt. So this is the manual mode. Means you have quite a lot of work with your water wall. So because we estimate that your water wall is going to evaporate 4 liters per square meter evaporation surface. So if your water wall is, for example, 2 meter high, 1 meter wide, so this is 2 square meters evaporation surface, and you let it run 24 hours, then you will estimately have 2 times 4 liters, 8 liters per day evaporated, and leaving your system, which then you have to refill yourself, 8 liters a day. So if you just refill every 3 days, this is 25 liters. It's quite an amount. So if your water wall is like 2 meters times 1 meter, okay, you can do that. But if your water wall is bigger, then this means that you will have to refill a lot of times. And this is why I recommend the automated mode, or the automatic water wall, which you can see in this scheme. The basic principle would be almost the same. We have a pump, but there is another tank at the lower level. This is just one example of automation, but just to show you the basic idea is that you do not have to refill yourself. You do not have to refill water. You do not have to refill water additive. You do not have to change the water because of dirt. This is going to be filtered automatically. So means automated mode or automatic water wall means that you don't have to do anything for months, and your water wall still has enough water, still is clean, and still does not have algae and germs. And how this works, just to show you in this scheme, if you have placed water treatment in a room below your water wall, then you have here another technical tank, which is this square here symbolically. There is a pump. It pumps the water up to the water wall. The water flows across the surface of the water wall, and then through a return pipe, it flows back to the technical tank, and between the technical tank and the bottom tank of the water wall, we usually place gravity dirt filter, which then makes the water clean before it enters this circulation again. So it's always only clean water reaching the water wall. So then we have the evaporation again. So if the water level here in the bottom tank sinks, then we would have here a swimming valve. This swimming valve opens when water has evaporated, and then through a reverse osmosis, lime-free water will be refilled. So this system keeps the water level inside the water wall technical tank always at the same level, so that the pump here never gets dry. What we also do is we have a metering unit. This is the red thing here, and we have a canister with a water additive against algae and germs, and this is also adding water additive daily to the water in order to avoid algae and germs. And yeah, so this is actually the three main things: refilling automatically the evaporated water, adding a water additive automatically, and having also a dirt filtering automatically, which allows you to run the water wall really like 1 year without having to change the water. The water is always clean and secure and does not get dirty or stinky or something else. What you also can see is here the two red arrows. They show the connection to the drain, because if you do a automatic filling here, you always need to put there overflow security, because if your swimming valve is damaged, it might happen that it does not close again, and then your technical tank here would overflow and lose water. And in order to lead this water securely into the drain, we have this overflow security drain connected here to the technical tank. This is the one thing we need to connect to the drain, and the other thing we need to connect is the dirty water of the reverse osmosis. So when the reverse osmosis is producing lime-free water, it's actually not 100%, it's like only 99.xy percent lime-free, but this is enough in order to avoid serious lime problems in your system. So, and this reverse osmosis also needs a connection to the drain. What is not in this scheme is a third connection to the drain, which would allow you to empty the technical tank just by opening a valve. But this is what we usually also do. We also always plan a way to empty the whole system without having to use water vacuum cleaner or another pump. This would be also there in this automated system. So yeah, that's the difference. And maybe just let me add one more thing, because I think it's a good example. You know, if you go for the manual mode, then you will have to refill, as I said, pretty often the water. And you can compare it with the toilet. You know, if you go to the toilet, imagine you would always need to use a bucket to flush it. So this is why the toilet is automated. You just press a button, there is a flush, and you don't have to carry the water to the toilet. It's maybe not such a charming example, but what I want to say is, if you build a house and you install a water wall, maybe you don't want to save money at that point, because this is going to run for years and years. And if you have it automated refilled, then you just save hours and hours and hours of work carrying the water to your water wall when you need to refill it. So connecting the water to an automated refilling system using a swimming valve and an overflow security is really a big save of time which you could use for other things. So I hope this helps. Please leave your comments below, and I would be glad to see you in the Waterwall School. We have courses there where you can learn this to build a water wall for yourself, and we also offer a business partnership where you can serve prospects in your region to get professional water walls. And yeah, I would be glad if you contact me so we can work together. Thank you for watching, and bye bye. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.